Hello, I am Gamer Vince, and this is my continuing playthrough of Warlock, Master of the Arcane. This is a continuation of my previous video, but that said, that previous video was a tutorial, and this is just a playthrough. So, if all you're interested is the playthrough, not the tutorial, you can indeed start here. Welcome. If you want the tutorial, watch the previous video. All I've done so far is I've actually completed a quest. Some ratmen were spawned here, and I moved my first 2 units to go kill that. And I'm currently building some goblin archers and a ratman guild. So I'm heading towards trolls is what I'm trying to do. I'm going to create a tax office next and then get a troll bridge to build some trolls. That is what I'm going for, and I'm building some goblin archers while I wait. And that's all I've done. This is the first turn. This is a small map with 2 opposing great mages. Great continent map, so if you were expecting a lot of water, not going to be a lot of water, and I already see my first opponents right there. Okay, so if you're just joining us, now you're caught up. Let's see what my opponents do. I'm going to hit end turn. Yep, that's what I thought. Whoa, okay,
Your
well.
Excellency, someone has humbly requested your aid.
Okay, somebody's requested my aid. I'm actually going to turn down the sound here a little bit, because that's kind of a little jarring to have that voice volume. I'll turn that down a little bit. I already turned, when I'm recording, I turn the master volume down anyway, just because I don't want it to be too distracting. Oh, let's go like that. There we go. So we have a new quest. Build a farm. That's fine. These guys, we're gonna murderize them. It's gonna slow down my exploration here a little bit. Oh, by the way, you can skip animations by clicking. So I usually do that. I've just gotten used to it by now, because the animations are nice and all, and maybe I'll let a couple of them play out, but you know, the animations don't tell you any additional information. So yeah, we've met 2 great mages. Those are units of the other great mage. Okay. So we've got Mirabellus the Hat. I'm playing, by the way, on the normal difficulty level, because I wanted this to showcase sort of what you can expect when you're a new player. We're going to ask for a non-aggression pact. Why not? To be perfectly honest, I don't think non-aggression pacts are worth a dang. Because you can just declare war for no penalty with a non-aggression pact. They might not like you for it, but they're not going to like you when you declare war anyway. So, yeah. So we're going to send that offer, and we're going to do the same thing with the other guy. El-Pirister, the Eternal. So we're starting negotiations, and just non-aggression pact. Sound good? Seems to me like El-Pirister is over here, and Mirabellus is here. So we actually kind of lucked out, because it's Mirabellus the Hat that's stuck in the middle. So, sucks to be him. And as I've mentioned before, since we're not at war with either one of them, their units aren't going to hurt me. So, yeah, we can just keep having our ratman explore there. Looks like we're probably not going to go over here, so I probably shouldn't be exploring here. We're probably going to go somewhere around here. Okay, let's end turn. They're running over there. Oh, they're going to take a pot shot at me. Oh, no. By the way, the reason why there was 2 1s there is because my city took a damage, and my archers took a damage, which, that's all fine. The city shoots them, they explode, and they're gone. The fact that they attacked me with them means that this city, it probably has a unit there. No, it does not. They left their city undefended, so we're actually going to try to take that. I'm going to have my archers just attack that. 7 damage, probably another 6 damage, so there's a little variability here. And the city has 37 health. So it's going to take a little bit, but that's fine. I'm going to get started on a settler, because expanding quickly is crucial. Alright, so we've got a garbage dump over here. By the way, if you see, like, So I'm going to continue to give tips and tricks in case people who are watching the tutorial are watching this. If you see like a garbage dump or like a snake's nest, those are places you can loot for gold usually. If it's imps, like an imp portal, it's mana that you're going to get. Oh, so one of my offers was rejected.
I have a piece of advice for you.
So Mirabilis the Hat doesn't like my offer of non-aggression, but El Purister the Eternal does, so that's fine. It's telling me I can build gnome settlers. You can either left-click on them to get detail, or you can right-click on them, like it says non-aggression treaty has been proclaimed. You can just right-click on it to just dismiss it. And it was telling me my recruitment is complete, but since I've moved the unit already, there's nothing else to do there. All right, so time to enter. Ah, there are units there. Okay, that's fine though. Roaches are attacking me. That was pretty much a suicide attack of the roaches because my ratmen are much more powerful than the roaches. Let's see. By the way, when you attack, that ends that unit's movement. So even though my rats have a movement of 5, if I attack these roaches right away, they're done moving. So instead, I'm going to move them 1, 2, 3 around to the garbage dump here, get some money, and then attack the roaches. That didn't give me an attack benefit. It just made sure that I looted that before rather than next turn. Alright, we can build something. I've still got show all buildings on. And like I said, tax offices, so we can go for a troll bridge. Let's see. These guys I don't think are going to move from here. Those earthy spearmen could kind of wreck my goblin archers, but I don't think they're going to move. Do I want to attack them? It looks like we're only dealing 2 damage to them a turn with my archers. These guys are pretty tough. Earthy, anything is tough. Yeah, they've got a little bit of... They've got some good missile resistance. So we might not bother with that just yet. Instead, I'm going to... Oh, here's the edge of the map. I should have already known that there was the edge of the map here, if I'd paid attention. Yeah, we're just going to keep heading back. I'm just looking for a place for my settler to go, really. I might, if I don't care that much, I might just put the settler here, take advantage of the silver. It's not a terribly good spot. It's not a terrible spot either. Maybe I'll put the settler here to get these 5 spaces, which is enough, and then get the pumpkins when the city expands. So cities expand in scope. You may have noticed this with my capital, that it starts off with just these hexes, and then when the city gets to population 5, it takes the next surrounding hexes. And if the city ever gets to population 10, it'll take another surrounding hexa. The other surrounding hexes. I've never seen I don't think it expands any more beyond that, but maybe at 15 it expands again. I'm not actually sure about that. Alright, in any case, let's see what we have over here. There's a lost caravan. Oh boy. Alright, so this is a weak city. It's a level 1 city, which we can fight. That's no problem. However, here notice that the border is much bigger. It's a 2 border, just like my capitals. This is a 5 population city and is much, much better defended and is much, much tougher. So don't fight those until later. Alright, so it looks like my plan is going to be I'm going to set a settler over here, which I'm not too pleased about because it's kind of a small area. But there's enough to make it decent. There's enough spaces to make a decent city here. So I'll just live with it. By the way, cities have to at least have 3 spaces between them. So a city here is okay, but I couldn't build a city, say, here. I obviously can't build a city within the borders of an existing city. But it's got to be at least 3 spaces away, so there's no cities adjacent to this border either. It's got to be all the way over here. Okay. Let's end turn. Oh, the R3 Spearmen did come out of hiding. Okay. Well, that's actually kind of good, because they didn't kill my Spearmen, and now I can shoot them with my Flaming Arrow of Doom. Right, we're going to have our settler go over here. Yeah, and we're going to put them right where those Ratmen are. Oh, all your units, when they're damaged, can take an action to rest, but only when they aren't adjacent to enemy units. So if rest isn't available, it's because they're adjacent to enemy units. And rest is just going to heal them. So, oh, they gain 4 hit points. Isn't that nice? But they're done now. That takes up their entire action. And it can only be done if they haven't moved. Alright, we're going to collect this lost caravan, get some money. Yeah, we're actually kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here, because we don't have a lot of good options to expand, because there's a city here, there's a city there, there's our opponent here. The only way to go would be over here, and there's lava here. We don't colonize lava until you have a spell that can fix it. There are spells that that change the landscape, and if you have one of those spells, colonizing lava is not a bad idea, because then you just fix it, or you fix it and then colonize it. But yeah, as it stands right now, we're going to make a colony over here, and we're going to take this city here and then see what's beyond it. That's going to be the plan. So let's make another set of goblin archers. We'll hopefully soon get trolls, and trolls are going to make our lives very easy. Alright, so these guys leveled up, collecting like lost caravans and stuff like that. It's going to make them level up eventually. Here are the perks you can pick. The first one I always pick for my marksman is marksman. Plus 20% damage. Nice. I can totally live with that. That's pretty decent. These archers, yeah, we'll attack here. We'll attack them. I could have moved them first, but no, this is fine. These guys are probably going to retreat, so we're gonna have to give chase. Or let's not give chase. Let's just eliminate them right now. So I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast Shadow Bolt, which is going to just annihilate these guys. Boom. Another important point that if you didn't know this, but damaged units don't deal as much damage as full health units. These guys still move? No. You can move back inside. So that's a handy bit of information. If you want to, like, if you're about to engage in a melee fight that could damage you, you can poke them down with some archers or with a spell so that they won't deal as much damage to your melee guys when you attack. In turn. So, yeah, it doesn't tell you really what they do. If you can't see what they're doing, they're not going to tell you. Yeah, I see where yeah, these guys are right next to each other. They're not gonna be happy with each other. They're probably gonna get a war a lot. So we got really lucky. This is gonna be a very easy game because of that. Because Mirabilis the Hat isn't really going to bother us because he's gonna be busy with him, and he's just too far away to bother with us. So yeah, this should be pretty easy, straightforward. All right, I'm gonna move my Ratmen because they gotta get out of the way for my gnome settler. We're gonna make a city right here so that it encompasses the silver right off the bat, and we can get the pumpkins on the first expansion of the city. That's the idea. Notice that I've dropped below to some negative food, that's fine. At the beginning, like, it's slowing down the expansion of Burnlin, but it's not that negative. If it was... Well, I guess we can't, like, if it was really negative, notice that the city's still expanding. It's just expanding slower. It says, like, starvation city population decreases, but the population isn't decreasing. It's just increasing at a slower rate. Yeah, notice that we're still gaining, yeah, we're losing 28 people per turn, but we're gaining 133. So... it's not really right to say the population is decreasing. It's just increasing at a slower rate. So, I'm not too concerned with going a little bit negative right now. Alright, so let's do some stuff with our units. Yeah, we're going to take the city. We got to. Simply mandatory. I'm going to heal these guys first, because, as I've mentioned, they're not as effective if they're not full health. And our Ratmen will join the fight here, but only when it's a little bit weaker. I'm going to have the Ratman heal next turn, actually, so... Yeah. Alright, yep, the city's taking its pot shots at my guys. Oh, perfect. More archers have spawned. Yeah, just come forward, shoot that. Oh, I should get my Ratman forward, so... shoot there. Oh, is that gold? Oh, that's nice. Gold's is a very good resource for a, so this has silver and gold. So this is going to be a good gold production town for me. Alright, we're going to have the Ratmen. Yeah, we're just going to have the Ratmen attack. So, see the Ratmen, notice that the Ratmen are going to take damage because they're melee units, but the city is so weak at the, oh, we even took it. And we must have scored a critical or something like that. Wow, this is actually, there's gems here. Gems are a very, very, very good resource. Gems can give you access to a very powerful perk, which gives you lots of defense versus magic. Or they can give you 20 gold a turn. So either one is good. In a short game, I would actually say the money is better. In a long game, you definitely want to go with the perk, because perks are good. These guys leveled up, give them 20% melee. Alright, and now we can build. So when you take a city, it usually decreases in population to some extent. That might even make it drop to another level. And buildings, some random assortment of buildings get destroyed in the process. So I'm going to build a silver mine. Yeah, we'll build a silver mine. I'm going to turn this into a full-fledged gold production town because gold is good. And then this city over here, even though it has the silver, actually I'm going to do that right now. So when you build a city, if you are humans, the Arathi, or the monsters, you're going to get a farm. If you're the undead, you're going to get a mana farm, or mana trap, I forget. But we've got some food. I think I'm going to turn this into a food-producing city. The reason for that is, one, it's by the sea, which monsters get fishing village. Other races don't get the fishing village, so get a fishing village, so that's nice. The pumpkins over here are going to produce food. And silver doesn't produce so much. Silver gives you 6 money, which is not so much money that I feel obligated to make it a gold production town. And we need a food production town, and we need a gold production town to begin with. So we've got a gold production town, so there you go. Well, that's pretty much it for here. I think I'm going to make some more archers, as long as we're at it. Yeah, make some archers. That'll be good. Alright. Oh, these guys leveled up, sort of through their natural experience game, so we're going to give them marksman as well. We finished researching ghost wolves, so now we've got to pick something else. Oh, harvest blessing. That's a really good one. It's going to increase the food production. You cast it on a town, and you sustain it with mana, so you're going to take, I think it's -2 mana. Yeah, so there's an upgrade of 2 mana for casting it, but it produces, the city you cast it on produces an extra 50% food, which that's really good, so we're going to research that. It's going to take 10 turns, but that's fine. Oh, now you want a non-aggression pact, sure. At the beginning, it's not profitable at all to fight each other. Oh, he actually built really close to me. That's actually not a bad spot for a city. He's going to have access to pumpkins, and he's got the excavations, so maybe I should have tried to take that. Oh, well. We'll let it go. There's like another, he might produce another city here, but this is kind of a crappy spot, because I'm going to get these pumpkins. There's nothing he can do about that. These pumpkins are going to fall within my borders very soon. But I think he's going to get these pumpkins, because his city will expand before this city expands. The expansion, as you may have guessed, it takes longer and longer for cities to expand. So for me to get from 5 to 10 is going to take much longer than for him to get from 1 to 5. Alright, so our Ratmen are a little bit damaged, so we might as well have them rest. I kind of do want to know what's beyond here. So we're just going to have a look-see. So there's a free rogues guild here, which is rogues spawn there, unsurprisingly. We're going to loot that. And we're going to have these guys go join them. Alright, that's all good. On second thought, yeah, I'm already producing them. But I will produce a gnome settler afterwards. Because we're going to start expanding eastward here. I really kind of want these gems. Gems, very useful. Oh, some rogues spawn. Oh, those are hunters. A little bit actually scarier than rogues, in my opinion. Rogues are melee fighters. I hate ranged opponents. because they don't take damage when you fight them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Should have a spot left over. Shoot the hunters, and let's see. It's a snake's nest. And we're gonna go around here, and then we're gonna shoot them. They're good. Oh, we have a new quest. Craftsman Discret. Sure, why not? There's no penalty. When you get quests like this that have, actually, even if they have a penalty, but if you get quests like this, just hit OK. Like, there's never really a reason to refuse the quests unless it gives you a penalty for favor of the gods, because you're gonna take the penalty anyway. This kind of sucks. There's a bunch of mountains that you can't colonize here, so I could put a city right here to get the gems immediately, but that's not... Man, so maybe, you know what I'm going to... I think I might destroy this city and then build a new city here to get access to gold and gems immediately. Because I can't build a city here as long as this city stands. And while I hate destroying cities, I think in this case, it's actually a big advantage too. Yep, we're going to just scuttle the city. Well, the city is producing gold and food. It's not very much, though. Oh, by the way, and you also take a penalty. So when you conquer, notice that this is an Erythi city, which means I now have access to Erythi units here, that's really cool. But you also, the resources it produces is at a minus 20%. Knows that 20% different race, minus 20%. Same with population growth. But yeah, I'm just going to destroy the city, so yep, we're going to do that. It pains me to do that, but I think that is so very much worth it, though. To get gold and gems immediately, it's going to be a monster of a gold production city.
Ready to shoot something?
Alright, we're just going to keep expanding this way, so we're going to keep on trucking.
Archers! Ready to pillage!
Ready to pillage. I like to hear that. Alright, I think we're pretty much done this round, so we're going to produce a settler, and that's just going to come right over here. So first, so there are two different neutral factions, which will actually fight each other. There are neutrals, which are the cities, and there are monsters, which are, well, the monsters. And so if you see brown, it's considered monster. If you see the blue, it's considered neutrals. So, yeah. Declare an alliance. Sure, alliances mean nothing, but it'll make them think twice about attacking me, because they're like, oh, we've got an alliance with this dude. So, that's fine. Yeah, we're just going to have the Ratmen take care of this. Just fight them and loot that. Ooh, so Ratmen have a further sight vision than my archers. So the Ratmen were able to see that there are werewolves here. Werewolves are very strong. They not only have 40 health and deal 20 damage. That 20 damage, by the way, is enough to kill any of my current units. But what is most important, really, is the regeneration. They gain 8 hit points per round. Same as trolls, by the way. Part of the reason why I like trolls is because of the regeneration. So we're not going to fight those. Those werewolves don't currently see me because their sight vision is 2. So they see right here. But not any further. So we're just going to ignore them for now because they're pretty tough. I think we can take them with all of our archers here. But yeah. Ooh, what do we have? Are these demons? Yeah, those are demons. There are demons and there are imps. Don't get them confused. Demons, which is what these are, the red guys, very tough. They deal a lot more damage. Imps, weak. Demons, tough. So we've got. So there's some tough units over there. So we're not going to mess with that just yet. We're going to collect the snake's nest. So 100 gold, 55 mana. Nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. These guys are going to get attacked by this magic tower, which is just, it's a defensive structure you can build. I knew that I wouldn't be within range of the city. The city can only shoot to the edge of its borders. If it's a two-border, if it's got, you know, a range of 2, it can only get to the edge of the border, so I knew it was safe from that. I didn't consider that, though. But they'll be fine. They'll survive. Alright, we're just going to huddle up together here, and we might actually go fight. We're probably going to end up fighting some stuff here. After we're done with this peasant settler, gnome settler, I want another gnome settler. Yeah, so no, just shoots them. It was kind of painful, but they survived. And they're skeleton archers too. Oof, that's rough, but they live, so that's okay. So I'm just gonna make them run like all the way over here. That's fine. All right, I think we're gonna go fight these guys. So they're weak to missiles, actually. So we actually have a pretty decent shot here of killing them, I think. All right, we're gonna go here. Shoot, that's 9 damage. And we're gonna shoot again. Another 6 damage, and I'm going to do a lesser shadow bolt just for good measure. 13 damage. We got lucky. That was a crit. So now they're a lot weaker. They're going to gain 8 hit points at the beginning of the round. So that's unfortunate, but we still have weakened them quite a bit, so that's fine. So he wants support against Miralbus the Hat. He basically wants... So if I refuse, we break the alliance. If I acquiesce, then I'm at war with Miralbus the Hat. Being at war, I literally intend to do nothing with him, and if he comes at me, I think I can very easily defend myself. So we are going to support this, because that's going to put him in a worse position. He's caught between the two of us. I knew these guys would fight each other, and the fact that we can have an alliance with this guy, yeah, Miralbus is in a little bit of trouble here. He's not going to lose, though. Very rarely, if ever, do computer opponents eliminate each other. It just doesn't happen. It's so difficult to take a capital. You do have to go in with very advanced units, like trolls, which I'm going to have very soon. I'm building a troll bridge. Very nice. But it's very difficult to take a capital. So they very rarely succeed. They might take cities from each other, and one of them will end up stronger and the other one will end up weaker. But that said, they never eliminate each other. So, so a merchant has shown up. Just having a drink here. Merchants sell items. Most of the time, they're kind of crappy, in my opinion. Like this one, I don't even have a hero yet. No hero has offered his services to me, so I don't have a hero that can even use this item, and I don't think it's a particularly good item. I mean, plus 20%, plus 20 versus melee and missiles is not bad. And for 75 gold, that's actually not that bad. But I need my money for trolls, and 75 gold is 3 turns worth of income currently. So no, I'm going to refuse. I don't think, and I don't even have a hero that can utilize it yet anyway. So I don't need it. Let's see. The werewolves didn't attack me. Oh wait, no, we're still at the end of the. We're still at the. We're still.
Ready to shoot something?
Wait. Yeah, we're at the end of the round, right? Yes. Yeah, we are. Okay, recruiting complete. Yeah. For a second, I thought it was just the next turn that the werewolves hadn't attacked me, which I would have been very happy about. They might not, actually. They might continue to defend their hermit's house. They, when things are low health, they sometimes don't attack because they would deal themselves too much damage attacking. So they might not actually attack, but we'll see what happens. All right. Nope, they're attacking. So they're going to attack here, and it's 7 damage. It's not that bad. And Miralbus built another city there, which apparently caught the attention of those guys. Enter the warrior. Didn't we already do that? Okay, yeah, I think we did. I don't know why it asked me twice, but you know what? That's really fine. That's okay. Yeah, you guys rest. Your guys are going to move here. I'm not going to go take the hermit's house because if I do, that's 2 movement points, and they would be done and would be unable to attack, which would be terrible. So we're just going to attack. Sproing. It's a critical hit. Critical hits, by the way, aren't double damage. They are more damage. I'm not exactly sure how much, but they're actually not that important. And that was the last 2 hit points. So that was good. And you guys are going to take that. Ooh, that was actually very good. So we've got an artifact, which protects against life and death magic. That's really nice. And we got a spell, and we got 200 gold. So that was really nice. The tougher the monsters defending the location, the lootable thing, usually the better it is. So keep that in mind. So if there's like a really tough monster defending a lootable location, you can defeating it sometimes is really worth it. All right, and we're just gonna end turn here. So they're fighting. These things aren't particularly strong. They are ranged, which means they're not going to be taking damage while attacking. Wow, Moralbus is not having very much luck here. These are weak units. He should, like, the cities by themselves can defend against them. They'll take a little bit of damage, but that doesn't really matter. So what do we even have over here? We've got an elven village, iron, and donkeys. And donkeys are pretty good. I think they're a pretty good resource. Ooh, okay. So now we found some other stuff. First of all, more demons. They're tough. They might kill my ratmen, because these guys can do 15 damage ranged, and my ratmen have 14 health and no elemental resistance, so they might just get annihilated. This dude, so this is a holy ground. If you can hold 50% of them, you can win that way. But they're all defended by a greater fire elemental, which has 40 health, does 27 damage, is immune to a bunch of, is immune to death magic, and just really resistant to almost everything else. Greater fire elementals are very tough. Avoid them at all costs at the beginning. I'm probably going to build a city over here, so note that everything has sort of a sight range of 2. That is the default sight range of 2, which means that currently this fire elemental can't see my ratmen. These demons can, and they might kill them in one shot. But yeah, we're just going to avoid sort of this perimeter here. But I might build a city right here next to the iron and donkeys, because I think that's a pretty good location. I might build a city. I'll probably build a city here to take care to get the dwarven settlement. Dwarven settlement is a good resource to have. It'll give you 10 gold and a perk if you build that, or you can get dwarves, which is a good mid-tier unit. So lots of goodies there. All right, so this city has expanded, which means it's time to build a fishing village, because that's a lot more food. Oh, I can shoot the wild ratmen? I'm not going to. They're attacking my enemy, so we're just going to skip that bit. Oh, that's the settler. Yeah, we're going to go this way. Yep, you're going to keep going. Settlers are really slow. Settlers only have 2 movement points, which means that if you're traveling through a forest, that's literally 1 movement per turn. The Arathi settlers are better. They're more expensive. They cost, I think, 75, and they get 3 points of movement, like more health and stuff. Keep clicking on that. So the Arathi ones are better. So that's kind of nice. Now, one thing that I'm not 100% on is, so if my unit moves through his vision, does he come follow us? That is something I feel like I've seen happen. So I'm going to avoid that. I'm not going to step into his field of vision. We're gonna carefully skirt. Oh, I forgot that there were stupid demons up here. That was dumb. Maybe not that dumb. We're dealing 10 damage to them before they deal damage to us. Will probably work out just fine. Let's give them 1 XP return. If they live, they'll actually become useful. Oh my god, I'm going to keep clicking on that. It's one of those rare instances where I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to, have to just skirt it and not do it. Oh, these guys have a movement left. Let's get them out of here. Now these guys will hopefully not attack them. If they follow, then we'll know. We'll have learned something about the game. All right, so there's an enemy at the gate, but I don't want to do that, so I'm going to hit the enter button to just end turn. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of getting wrecked anyway, so... Yeah, there they go. They actually went to an advantageous position, I guess. I don't know what's back there. That's kind of funny. Alright. Yep. We're gonna get that. So you guys, yeah, I definitely want to collect that. Counterspell, Dragon Scale Hauberk, which that's a really good item, and 225 mana. All good stuff. Glad I got it. Fire on them, and these guys, I might as well explore a little bit before you... Oh! Okay. Alright, we're going to go over here and fire from here. There's another Holy Ground, along with another Greater Fire Elemental, so that's something to worry about. Alright, now we are going to shoot on these Wild Ratmen, and we're just going to annihilate them. Ah, trolls. Perfect. Alright, we're going to go to the city, and we're going to start building trolls. Great, that's good. Trolls are very, very powerful. Now that I've got trolls, I can cause some serious damage to my opponents. Alright, Ratman, where do I want you? Actually, I kind of want to explore to see what's in there through this mountain pass here, so we're going to start heading... Never mind, not a mountain pass. For some reason, I thought that this was... Yeah, no, there's nothing there. We're going to keep exploring up here. It looks like we're pretty much reached sort of the end of our natural expansion. I'm going to build a city here. I'm going to build a city... I'm going to build 2 cities over here. I'm going to build one here and one down here when I get to it.
What now?
Yeah, so we're going to build 2 cities here, and then then we'll be sitting on 5 cities, which is really enough. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, so we're going to end turn. Yep, they didn't do a whole lot. For a second there, I thought I'd lost a unit there. No, I just moved it. Oh, these guys shot me. I don't know why I didn't pan over there. Annihilate them. Or not annihilate. Yeah, you guys definitely need to rest. As for you, we're going to take a swing by here. So... I'm going to move here. There's another holy ground over there. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen 2 holy grounds this close together. That's rare. Alright, oh, you finally made it. Build a city. So you automatically gain a farm, but I don't want it. I want a gem mine. Now, a jewelry shop, it actually costs you money, but it gives you a very, very good perk. I highly recommend that if you're playing a game on probably on a medium-sized map or larger, to just go for the jewelry shop for the first one. But since this is a small map, I don't think we're going to get to a point where that is really that useful. So I'm going to go straight up for the gem mine, because 20 gold per turn is huge. That's very big. All right, let's see what else are we doing here. All right, looks like we're going to focus on... All right, so I got to take the... I'm going to try to take this city at some point. As soon as I get my first troll, I'm going to use my troll plus my archers to just take this city. My troll should be able to do... I put you right in the way. That was a silly thing to do. I need my gnome settler to go there, but I can't now. It's fine. That's all okay. Yeah, you're going to keep resting. Yeah, I think that's all we're doing this round. We're sitting on an ever-increasing pile of mana, but that I feel like that's good. You want to have as much mana as you want. Money, 600 gold seems like a lot at the beginning, but it really isn't once you start fully upgrading your units. Like trolls cost 200 gold just to build, and then on top of that, you know, they're costing me money per turn. And once I buy perks for them, which I will, because perked up trolls are pretty dang powerful, that costs a lot of money too. Alright. So, yep. I think we're done this round. There's something else to do. Oh, so this will occasionally happen where... See, notice that the monsters and the neutrals fight each other. Because these guys are the brown faction, these guys are like the dark blue faction. But occasionally this will happen where monster layers pop up all over the place. And that's what just happened now. That's not within range, so I'm gonna fire on you. So my archers are actually kind of useless against skeletons. Oh gosh, these are skeleton veterans. That's ugh. So first of all, they've got really high resistance against missiles. So it's really unfortunate that these things are undead, because the only damaging spell I have is Lesser Shadow Bolt, and undead are immune to that kind of stuff. Ugh, these guys are resting. You know what? That's okay. I don't really care to eliminate them. I'm not heading there anytime soon, so go there, and we'll get you out of there as well. Alright, so we might actually start taking on some damage here from these skeleton veterans. These skeleton veterans are going to attack my archers, and that is going to end poorly. If they shoot with the skeleton archers first and then attack with the skeleton veterans, my archers will be dead. And there's not a whole lot I can do about that right now. Oh, however, we are getting the services of a lord. So this is going to be our first, it's going to be first lord. So it costs 150 to hire him, and if you click on him, he'll cost 6 money and 4 food. 4 food is pretty much perfect. We've got that exactly, and the 6 money is not too bad. So yeah, we're definitely going to hire him. And then on top of that, now you can give him items. So all heroes have 3 item slots, but depending on the hero type, they can have access to different items. Like, he's an archer, so he can have a bow. He can have armor, and he can have a trinket. And we actually have armor, a very good armor, the Dragon Scale Hauberk, so we're going to give that to him. That costs 20 mana to equipped. I might as well give it to him as well. Oh no, it didn't cost 20 mana to equipped because he's at my capital. The items are considered, the storage for the items are in your capital, and if you want to, you can essentially teleport the items to your heroes in the field, but it just costs 20 mana to do so. So be aware of that. So that's another thing that mana is used for. He's again a missile. He has a missile attack. He's an archer, which means he's also not going to be very terribly useful against these skeletons. Yeah. So this could be unpleasant. All right, but we'll see what happens. Do I have melee resistance? No, I don't. I wonder if I can use lesser heal to damage them. No, I didn't think so. I didn't think so, but, you know, if you cancel the spell, you get refunded, so that's fine. Alright, I'm gonna end turn here. Alright. Just dropped something here off screen. Oh, I didn't think that was within range. Alright, so they could have killed my archers, but they didn't. Never mind, they did. So, that's unfortunate. I didn't think... Oh, this has a range of 3. These guys, my Ratman robbers, are within range as well. So, that's bad. Yeah, we're going to move over here. I really don't want to lose that guy. So, here's what we're going to do. Our troll's still building. So, here's the first bit. So, this is like the first bit that's going to be challenging. Now, to be perfectly honest, if you're playing this for the first time, just don't pick a fight with these 5 cities because they have powerful mid-tier units. But I think I have the resources and the capabilities to deal with it, so I'm just going to whittle this guy down. Is going to be my plan. We got to get away from that magic tower because it's just going to ruin my day. But we're gonna just whittle down these skeleton veterans because they're not going to heal unless they run away, and they're not going to run away just yet. So I really wish I had a damaging spell. Actually, I'm gonna summon some ghost wolves though, temporarily. So ghost wolves are cool and all. First of all, it takes two turns to summon them, and also they take an upkeep of 6 mana a turn. Notice I'm making 5 mana a turn right now. So, yeah, I'm literally going to be losing a mana a turn just having these Ghost Wolves out. But I think I could really use them right now in this fight. And you guys are just going to stand there, and hopefully they're going to attack you. Because I kind of want to save my archers from doom. Doomy doom, doom, doom. Alright, we're going to end turn here. Oh, they are retreating. I was not expecting that. That is both a good thing and a bad thing. I would have actually preferred if the archers, if the veterans had stayed out here. We do have a troll now, and I'm building another troll. I kind of need a gnome settler though. No, we're building another troll. My other cities can't produce settlers yet. They're not big enough. Now the question is, which... So I've got my gnome settler here, and I'm currently thinking, where does he need to go? I really want this dwarven settlement, because it gives a really good upgrade, and it gives gold. But I'm a little bit worried. No, I shouldn't be worried. Okay, so I'm going to move here. Yeah, this is important. These guys have a movement of 2, and if they have at least 1 movement left, they can build a city. So next turn, I'm going to move him here and build a city immediately. Because if I moved him here, these guys could potentially just destroy them. But I think right now they will not. But just in case, it would be incredibly unfortunate if it did happen. If these guys decided for some reason to just move. So we're gonna distract them with my archers. My archers might get annihilated, but that is a price I'm willing to pay. Now we have these ghost wolves. I guess I'm going to use them. Might as well. So when you summon these ghost wolves, they come in ready, and these guys are actually pretty powerful with a melee attack of 17. So yeah, we're just going to annihilate those archers. Ah, we didn't annihilate them. Oh, there's a spider hole there. We didn't kill them. This should hopefully do the trick, though. Yeah, right there it goes. Yeah, I really just didn't want them to run somewhere, rest, and then show up again. Alright, so we're within range of the enemy, of the tower, but you know what? That's okay. We've committed. So I'm not actually sure. I don't think so. I already said that over here. I said that, oh, they're not going to come out of the city, and then they did. Oh, we've got Harvest Blessing that we can get now. Ooh, lots going on in this round. Let's see. What do we want? Healing's not bad. Frost Weapon enchantment. Yeah, let's do that. Raise land, elemental resistance. Yeah, sure, why not? Elemental resistance doesn't really hurt me if he uses it against me. Most of my guys aren't going to do elemental damage. In fact, none of my guys currently do elemental damage, so I'm okay with him having that. And he's going to give me a raised land, which is not something I need pretty much at all. But that eliminates a spell I have to research. You notice on here, yeah, I think one of them was raised land. So raised land has now been replaced by reconstruction, which is not a spell I'm going to research, but it could have been. So I'll trade a spell for a spell. I think that's a fair trade. Let's see, and we're going to... I'm actually going to give this guy elemental and death magic resistance, because this thing is some kind of death bolt. So, sure, why not? We'll pick what is currently useful. Alright, I think that's it for this turn. Yeah, that's it for this turn. Oh, Moralbus just cast Weaken on my, I guess he maybe thinks that I'm attacking him or something. I'm not. I mean, I could be, actually. I mean, I could try to take New Garuda just to get maybe the excavations. The excavations give research. I think they give like 10 research points at the cost of 8 money. So notice that 10 10 extra would triple my research points. Research would go much quicker. But I really don't want to fight him right now. I have trolls, but I've got bigger fish to fry. I think this city... I'd like to get this city, so undead are very good with mana, and this is an undead city, so I would get, you know, lots of mana from it. These trolls here. The biggest problem with trolls by far is the fact that they're slow. They've only got 3 movement points. They're a walker with 3 movement points, so they're just not very good in that regard. You can indeed heal, so I'm going to move you over there so Moralbus doesn't do anything to you, and you're going to shoot. How much damage was that? Okay, 5 damage to the city, which, that's good. Take that. And extra 20% damage, that's pretty nice. You guys rest so that you can do full damage. I'm going to move you guys out of the way, and you're going to attack the city as well, and you're going to do 3 damage to, I believe, just the city. I don't think there was enough damage there to damage the skeletons. That's my allies' units. They're the dark purple, not the light purple of Moralbus, so I'm not really too concerned there. Should we make a pub? So I could build a granary, which is an extra 50%, but that would give me 4.3 extra food. The pub is going to give me 5, so pub is still better. I can't build another fishing village, otherwise I'd buy that, because a fishing village does not cost me any gold per turn, but I'll just go with a pub for now. Yeah, I think that's good. Notice that, so we're almost wrapped around. There's only this cloud coverage between wrapping back around, so we're actually kind of close to our supposed ally. Alright. Yep. These guys probably just rested because it doesn't look like we took damage. So we're going to move here, and it's going to be a little bit risky, and then we're going to build a city.
A new city has been founded, my lord.
And we're going to shoot. And we're going to have our guys move into the city to protect it and also shoot. I don't think this this guy here, the Greater Fire Elemental, really cares that my city's here. He can't actually see it. So that's all fine. I'm going to pretend like that's fine. And I'm going to cast Harvest Blessing to put on Druidel. Druidel? Not sure how to pronounce that, but I'm going to cast it on this. A good way to see which cities you want to cast it on is like, which one of my cities producing the most food? Druidel. So I'm going to cast Harvest Blessing on them next round to give them more food. Alright, and yeah, we're going to end turn there. Yeah, Moralbus is on the attack there. Well, actually on the defensive. I think he's just trying to defend his city. I don't know. It looks like those guys are just exploring. Those Ghost Wolves are really absorbing that damage. I'm going to have these Ghost Wolves keep rest and absorb damage. I don't want to keep the Ghost Wolves. They're costing me... I'm losing mana every round because they're here. So I'm just going to use them to soak damage, and if they die, that's kind of actually a good thing. I'm okay with that. Wow, these guys are just resting. That's all they're doing. So we're just going to keep firing at them, and eventually they'll die. Alright, we're going to cast Harvest Blessing on here. That's what I just did. Cast Harvest Blessing. That's all good. Well, we can build a structure. Okay, so after I built my trolls, the next thing I normally go for is the Military Academy to get old trolls. But since this is a small map, and I think the game is going to be over before I get the Military Academy, and my trolls by themselves are pretty much tanky enough. Old trolls are amazing. Like, they're really good units. So I highly recommend going for them. It's just the Military Academy comes into play so late, especially if you didn't try to focus it at the beginning. So I'm not actually going to do that. I'm going to build a smithy so that we can get some perks for my trolls. Alright, we're going to keep attacking. Wait, does that city have any damage? Not the veterans. I'm not actually sure if that city has been damaged yet, if any of that counts. You notice that there's that circle around my guy. That's the bad spell. That is this this spell here, the Lesser Weakness, that Miralbus cast on it. And there's still another 4 turns remaining, so it's going to take a little bit. Alright, we're going to get our trolls here. So now they're in position. Trolls are just so slow. Alright, you guys are going to go over here, and you're going to keep firing. Yeah, we actually haven't done a whole lot of damage to the city. The city keeps healing. If there is no unit next to the city will heal. So, now that the trolls are next to it, the city's not going to heal. And we can slowly whittle it down. Alright, let's keep going. Looks like they're still fighting. Miralbus is casting all kinds of spells. Miralbus the Hat. It's kind of useful to know what perks your opponents have. And one of the way to check, by the way, as soon as it's my turn, I'll show you guys. But it's good to know what your opponents can do. And I know Miralbus the Hat can cast spells a little bit quicker. That's like his perk. Uh-oh. Oh, ow. Why? Ah, no, that they're annihilated. They're gone. I'm not sure why he came out to attack them. Sometimes I'm really just not sure how these guys function. How monsters function, because there's no reason for him to. So I always assume that the reason why they only attack things up to 2 squares away is because they can only see things up to 2 squares away. They only have a sight range of 2. When did you become a recon specialist? This thing can see up to things sight range 3. So I somehow missed that. That's really funny. Well, now you know. Now I know what went wrong there. Now I'm wondering if he's going to attack my city, because if he does, we're in a spot of trouble here. We don't really need the farm, so we're going to destroy that. And instead, we're going to build a Dwarven Forge, because that's the reason why I'm here. The Dwarven Forge is going to give us access to a really good perk and 10 money. So, it's pretty good. Oh, and we're going to build a gold mine. Got a gem mine and a gold mine. That's just way too good. What? Oh, that's Miralbus' units. Oh, yeah, sure, we'll fire them. So your capital is the only city, I believe. Yeah, no, it's the only city that's going to have an attack of range 3. All other cities have a range of attack of 2. So these cities could... This city could actually fire into my territory here. But capitals have a range of 3. So, you know, be aware of that. Capitals are just buffer in general. Alright. Well, we'll keep firing. So, I'm actually kind of afraid that this thing is going to try to annihilate my... Well, he can't deal enough damage to him to kill him in one shot. So, we'll just keep going. I'm just going to go under the assumption... I'm going to just operate under the assumption that this thing isn't going to come rampaging in here. However, I think this thing might start coming in and rampaging in here. We're about to find out whether that's the case or not. Yeah, you guys rest. And trolls. Another reason why I really like trolls is because of Demolisher. They get bonuses when attacking cities and forts. So, actually, I should probably stomp out this magic tower. No, we're close enough. So we're gonna send the trolls in there. So notice that my trolls actually took a decent amount of damage there at 14. I mean, they've got what, 50 health total? Yeah, if the max health is 50. So they took a decent amount of damage doing that, but they gain 8 hit points around. So they're eventually going to just whittle out the opponent. Also, as long as I'm here, I think I'm going to cast Shadow Bolt on these demons. I have the mana on Shadow Bolt's not terribly expensive, so we're just going to try to get rid of them so they no longer pose a threat to my city. Okay. Oh, my Ratmen are here. Ratmen I don't think can really help here, but they might be able to hold out here until we can get some help. If this thing attacks. Alright. Alright, that's the thought process. Miralbus seems to be attacking wildlife. Despite the... Oh, I meant to show you... Okay, that was... Yeah, I meant to show you how to check the perks of your opponents. Yeah, they really don't like that troll. Oh. Well, that's handy. Wait. Is that... No, that wasn't him. Okay, so apparently this thing aggroed the greater fire elemental over here. Alright, so before I forget, the way to check what your opponent's perks are is right here. When you go into the diplomacy window, you click on them. So he's an archmage, which means he has he casts 20% quicker, which, to be perfectly honest, I don't find very useful, because most spells take an entire round to cast. And if you can do it 20% quicker, you still can't cast 2 spells in a round. He wants lesser heal for lesser fireball. It's fair trade. That's actually pretty good for me right now, simply because the fireball I can start chucking in here. So this guy has decided not to attack, so life is good right now. Life is good. We're about to take this city. Yeah, it's all going very well. So we're going to fire into there. You guys are going to fire into there. Oh, you're going to gain a level for it too. Yeah, it's getting some XP your turn. I'm not really threatened anymore. Did I ever get heal? No, I just got lesser heal. I do have lesser fireball, and I think I'm just going to chuck that into here. Weaken it, soften it up a little bit. So that's going to also hurt the skeleton veteran. The skeleton veteran at 3 health isn't going to do a whole lot of damage. Alright, so my troll has 28 health, which, you know, that's above half. I think that's good enough. Now, that's telling me that I'm only going to do 2 points of damage. That doesn't seem right. Now, it is saying that we've got an uphill battle, though, so maybe that's making apparently a big difference. So, I kind of don't want to be here, because Moralbus messed with my guy that was here, and that's about the same distance. But, you know what? Let's do it. Because now he's in the hill, his opponent's in the hill, so it's no longer an uphill battle. He gets some bonuses for that as well. So that might have been worth it. Yeah, I kind of don't want to sustain you anymore, so I'm just going to run you into them. Yeah, that killed the skeleton veterans. I think that was worth it. And I also kind of just don't want to pay for the ghost wolves anymore. It's too expensive mana-wise. Oh, we've got another troll. Now that we have 2 trolls, I am going to build a gnome settler. It only takes 2 rounds. I don't think I can build settlers anywhere else. None of my cities have reached that threshold of size yet, I don't think. No. Yeah, I think units is nothing. Okay. Who hasn't moved yet? Ratman Robbers. You're going to come down here and make sure that nothing really happens here. Because my next city, I think I'm going to put right here next to the iron and donkeys. I think that is the correct choice. Alright, and I think once I get to turn 25, I'm going to end this video and just continue this in the next video. Oh, God. Alright, well, he changed his mind. Ow. So that's bad, because he can pretty much... He could conquer the city by himself. I'm wondering if he's going to continue to attack the city once the archers are dead. He might not. No, I don't really want to attack those. Those seem to be attacking Moralbus, and I'm okay with that. You aren't going to survive, so it doesn't really matter what you... Oh my god, I'm going to keep clicking on that, aren't I? Alright, well, we'll keep attacking the city. Sproing. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Actually, so is that one. Effects apply to all neighboring. We'll go with Poison Pokes because you are ranged. That's an extra 50% damage. Death magic, but extra 50%. Yes, we are going to... So this is the first perk I have gotten. So because I've built a smithy, I can now buy this perk for my units. For all applicable units. Which I think is all of them, actually. Which is going to increase their melee and missile resistance. So that's really nice. So we're going to do that. We're also going to upgrade you to Sharp Teeth, and we're going to run you. See, now, even though the target is in the hills, we get the minus 25%, but we no longer take all the damage back because it's an uphill battle. So we've equaled that bonus out a little bit, so smack. 15, extra 15 damage, that's pretty nice. I'm going to keep clicking on that already. Already knew I was going to do that. Alright, we're just going to hope that that greater fire elemental gets bored and leaves, because if he really wants to take the city, I'm going to need some trolls to stop him. Preferably more than one troll. Alright. Oh, another thing you can do, so if you don't want your unit to do anything, you can click defend, and it'll give them a little defensive bonus. And if you just want them to be a sentry, as in they don't bother you telling you that they're available, just hit sentry. So now this unit is basically just going to sleep here until it spots an enemy, until an enemy gets within its sight range, I believe, or within like two spaces or something like that. And it's basically it's not going to show up as an idle unit anymore. Sure, why not? I want to upkeep you, so might as well get some use out of you. Already said I was going to keep clicking on it. I'm trying really hard not to. I'm trying to remember that I don't want to click on that, but I'm not remembering. Alright, and we'll move you over here. And that's the end of the turn, so I'm going to hit enter. Because again, I don't actually want to fire on the things I can fire on. Because Moralbus is doing that anyway. Okay, so the fire elemental for some reason got bored and left. So if we just occasionally have to fight the fire elemental, I'm okay with that. Did he even kill my archers? No, he didn't. He didn't kill my archers. So we'll just rest. Is that still this over here? Yeah, I'm not really interested in helping out Moralbus here. Yeah, we're gonna have our little settler over here. So our troll actually has taken quite a beating. I'm gonna not send it into the city just yet. Instead, I'm going to have... Oh, there's a perk. Oh yeah, Dwarven Steel. Now that we've got our forge, yeah, this Dwarven Steel is an extra 20% unit power. So yeah, that's an extra 4 points of damage that this thing's doing. And we're gonna buy them for you as well because we have money. See, it's these perks that I buy for all of my units that makes money so incredibly important, and it makes units a lot more powerful. I mean, this unit originally did 15 points of damage, and didn't have, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's the fine armor plus Dwarven Steel, so extra damage and extra defenses. It's already starting to make a big difference. The more perks you get, the better it gets. So, keep clicking on that. I'm just going to keep going. Actually, I am going to attack. It's weak enough now that... Yeah, that did 2 damage to my troll. Like, this tower's going to keep shooting it. That's the real problem, but I'm not too concerned. Yeah, we're actually done this turn, aren't we? I could cast a spell, but no. My mana production is really poor right now. So I'm not going to cast any more spells because right now, unless I need to. Just sort of stockpile mana for an emergency. Alright, I think we're done this round. Yeah, that's how much damage. How much damage did that do? 4 damage. And he's back. Okay, that actually killed the archers, which I'm kind of miffed about, but
a new spell has been researched, my lord.
It's fine. If this troll, if this fire elemental eventually just leaves, I'll take healing. All right, so we now have 20. We now have 22 food that we're producing here. Granted, some of it's from Harvest Blessing, but we are going to build a granary, which is going to get an extra of 50%. The way that those percentages stack is that it only applies to the base amount. So, even though it says 22.4 right now, if I build the granary, it's not going to jump up to 33.8. I'm not going to get an extra 50% of that. I'm going to get... So we've got a fishing village, a pub, a farm, and a castle that are producing food. We're going to get an extra 50% of that, of the static bonuses. Not of the... It's not 50% applied and then another 50% on top of that. They don't really stack that way. The percentage increases only apply to the bottom. Alright. Yeah, alright, so we've got the city now. Whew, I apologize. Little something in my throat there. Oh, just dying here. Hold on a second. There we go. That's better. Alright, so we took the city. Fantastic. None of the buildings survived, which I'm actually okay with. And I'm going to turn this city, because it's undead, and undead are good at producing mana. I'm going to produce it, going to make it into a mana production city. And we even have a couple of spots here that are going to be a bonus to mana production, so we're gonna utilize those.
Build, build, build.
Keep going. I want to rest, gain some health. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what this thing is going to do. What I'm probably going to do now, send my trolls in there to just teach this guy a lesson. Now, he is very strong, though. 27 damage per hit is nothing to sneeze at. So, he is very powerful. He can kill a lot of units. He could kill a troll, in theory, in 2 shots. But those 2 shots are, you know, that's a crucial difference. Because in 2 rounds, we can deal him a lot of damage. We bum rush him with the first one, and then he gets an attack on us, and then we really try to damage him with the second one. And then he should hopefully not be able to finish anything off with the second shot. But that said, that's in the future. We're now at turn 25, and I feel like this is a good stopping point for this video. I don't want these videos to run, you know, forever. But I'm going to continue this. I mean, I'm gonna do another video, and you know, we'll play. I'll show you guys how this game ends. So join me next time for this exciting conclusion of this playthrough. Thanks for watching.